Council. Let's give a warm of applause to Honorable Victor Reyes Soto.
Isang mapagpalang hapon sa ating lahat, isang mainit na hapon sa ating lahat. Pero mabuti na po yung mainit kaysa maulan para maging maayos po ang drills natin at lahat po ng mga gagawin natin sa pagkakataong ito. The city of Pasig is honored and privileged to have been chosen to be the location for our NCED this second quarter. Siyempre, welcome po natin ang lahat ng mga VIPs and special guests mula sa iba't ibang opisina at ahensya ng ating nasyonal na pamahalaan. Siyempre, una ko na pong babatiin ang ating butihing Secretary ng DOST, Secretary Solidum, Sir. Sir, maraming salamat po. Welcome again to the City of Pasig. Hindi naman po kayo bago sa Pasig. Sa totoo po, sir, banggitin ko lang po, we're very thankful for the programs and projects, the partnerships that we have with the DOST. At nung nabalitaan namin noon na kayo yung maging secretary, kahit tanungin niyo si Sir Brian, talagang napakasaya po namin dito sa lungsod ng Pasig. Of course, to our Undersecretary of the Department of National Defense, Ireneo Espino, sa ating pong sir, maraming salamat po. Welcome. To our DSWD Undersecretary Ma'am Dayan Caipe, Ma'am. OCD Assistant Secretary Rafi Alejandro IV, Sir, welcome po. OCD Assistant Secretary Boy Caraig. Civils Director Teresito Bacolcol. Again, welcome po sa inyong lahat. We're very honored with your presence this afternoon. Siyempre, kailangan ko din banggitin ang mga direktor at iba pang mga opisyales at staff na dumayo pa, pumunta pa dito sa lungsod ng Pasig mula sa Regions 2 and Regions 5. Hindi ko na po mababanggit ng isa-isa, but we're very thankful to have you here. Kami po sa lungsod ng Pasig, bagamat regular po ang mga drills natin, regular po every quarter yung mga NCED natin, at marami pang ibang disaster risk reduction and management related activities. We try our best to make sure that it is not just a ordinary routine or ceremonial, kundi makakatulong po talaga sa disaster preparedness natin. Alam naman po natin lahat na kung sakaling dumating ang big one, hopefully not within our lifetimes, but kung sakali man na mangyari ang big one, dapat handa po tayo. Dahil talagang dito sa gitna ng NCR, matatamaan po talaga tayo. Katunayan, ang City Hall namin mismo, may declaration ng ilang sa mga consultant namin na engineer na hindi po siya structurally sound. At kung dumating ang big one, medyo delikado po kami. Kaya marami po kaming movements na ginagawa ngayon for disaster preparedness. But even in terms of our infrastructure, we are taking this time and opportunity starting this year to really fix things. So, nandyan po yung redevelopment namin ng City Hall Campus. At dito po, sa site na ito, ang Red Training Center po natin, ililipat po namin ang command center ng lungsod ng Pasig dito po. So it is a pretty big design and build project. Although may mga pasilidad na naman tayo dito, ay sa tapat ko yung fire simulation na natin area, pero gagawin pa po namin sa tulong ninyo. Papagandahin pa po natin at sisiguraduhin pa natin na mas handa ang lungsod ng Pasig. Pero syempre, hindi lang yung paghahanda pagdating sa infrastruktura o training ng ating mga responders, kundi napaka-importante din na malakas ang mga partnerships natin mula sa nasyonal na pamahalaan hanggang sa barangay level. At hindi lang po pwede na kami sa Pasig, ang Pasig lang ang isipin natin. Dahil pag-usapan nga namin ni Yusek Dayan po kanina, siyempre pagka nagkaroon ng earthquake, nagkaroon ng disaster, ang mga responders natin dito sa Pasig ay mga tao rin na may pamilya din. Kaya kailangan may partnerships tayo, gaya ng with Region 2, with Region 5, and of course again, our national government agencies para magtulungan po tayo kung sakaling tamaan tayo ng disaster po na ito. Muli po sa inyong lahat, maraming salamat. Welcome to the City of Pasig. God bless po sa ating lahat.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. In the past disasters in the Philippines and other parts of the world, we've seen how people's lives have been profoundly affected by strong earthquakes, from treatable injuries and loss of loved ones to undescribable devastation. Amid the ruins left by earthquakes, there is a silver lining. These experiences, though often harsh, have taught us valuable lessons that help us become more resilient. At DUST FIVOX, we emphasize disaster prevention and mitigation as important aspects of resilience. In the context of earthquake resiliency, ensuring the structural integrity of buildings and infrastructure is the first step to being safe from the threat of an intensity 8 earthquake. Adhering to proper land use and following the minimum engineering standards will keep us and our families out of harm's way. At times, we may find ourselves susceptible to what the psychologists would call normalization bias, gauging possibilities solely based on recent experiences, and therefore, we miss out broader perspectives. The last magnitude 7.2 event along the West Valley Fault happened long before we were born, leading us to sometimes think that only small magnitude earthquakes will happen in our lifetime. Hindi ko pa naman naramdaman yung magnitude 7.2, I don't think that will happen. So, minsan yun yung nagiging mindset natin. And this can lead to complacency. One of our disaster resilience goals is to proactively mitigate risks before hazards can take place, reducing various losses. Preparedness activities such as what we will be doing later are invaluable aspects of disaster resilience. These simulation exercises provide a platform to demonstrate, evaluate, and continuously learn, helping us to avoid complacency. Regular earthquake drills can also empower individuals to be prepared and informed. This makes all the difference during strong earthquakes because empowered individuals can protect themselves and help others in need. In one of my favorite TV series, Star Trek, so medyo old school ako, there is a test called Kobayashi Maru. It is designed to make all Starfleet Academy cadets fail. It is a scenario where no matter what decision you make, failure seems inevitable. Geologic hazards, including earthquakes, are somehow our Kobayashi Maru. As part of the Pacific Ring of Fire, we have to accept that geologic hazards are inevitable and will be part of our lives. That is why the best course of action is always preparedness. Part of this preparedness is working together. Achieving zero casualties during disasters may seem challenging, but it is attainable through a whole-of-nation approach. Everyone should pitch in, everyone should participate and collaborate, for in the face of disasters, it is the unity of our efforts that will save us from our own Kobayashi Maru. Maraming salamat.
Streets are full, jeepneys squeeze through traffic, children are busy playing on the streets. Everybody is busy doing their everyday routine. At exactly 2 p.m., and a powerful earthquake struck. Everything stopped. The shaking became stronger and stronger, making everyone scared. Building moved from left to right, up and down. The ground is shaking violently, sending tremors through the city. Cabinets and furniture toppled down, while hanging objects are either swinging or falling down. Walls, floors, and even roofs succumbed to the shaking, collapsing in a terrifying shower of debris. Panic erupted as people screamed and scrambled for cover, taking refuge under desks and doorways. Loud screaming and crying can be heard everywhere. The aftershocks left a trail of destruction. Roads fractured, buckling under the immense pressure. Vehicles are out of control, colliding in the chaos. Transportation systems were crippled. Bridges lying in broken heaps amidst uprooted trees and shattered power lines. Buildings, both residential and commercial, are mostly damaged while others are totally collapsed.
gumuhong struktura po na napapanood ninyo ngayon ay ang collapse structure facilities sa Pasig Rescue Emergency and Disaster Training Center. Sa isinasagawa po natin ngayong Nationwide Simultaneous Earthquake Drill o NSED, sinisimbolo po ng istrukturang ito ang mga gumuhong gusali sa Metro Manila o National Capital Region. Matapos pong i-activate ang National Emergency Operations Center sa Fort Magsaysay, ang Harmonized National Contingency Plan, ipinapaalam na po ngayon sa mga assisting regions na kailangan na nilang mag-establish ng mga alternate onset EOCs sa 4 na sektor ng Metro Manila, kaya kailangan nilang agarang maghanda.
Laguna, and Quezon. Given the situation, the Harmonized National Contingency Plan has been activated. The alternate National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council Emergency Operations Center at Fort Magsaysay, Nueva Ecija has been activated. Assisting regions have been notified and been deployed to respond in Metro Manila. The EOC in Fort Magsaysay was unable to establish communication with any of the officials from the Office of Civil Defense Central Office. And the 4 vice chairperson, but was able to contact the response cluster's representatives in Metro Manila. Things and activities in various places in Metro Manila. There is still no communication with the President, Vice President, or any of the cabinet members. Based on the rapid aerial assessment conducted by the Philippine Air Force, it has been reported that the majority of the bridges and flyovers in Metro Manila have sustained major damage. There are also reports of collapsed underpasses and overpasses. All train transit systems have incurred major damages. All terminals of NAIA are non-operational. Fire is spreading everywhere.
To fulfill our mission.
Thank you very much, sir. For the availability of the air office, we have our representative from Tactical Operations Group on Lieutenant Joe for the arrangement of the flights that we can go in there.
Okay, thank you very much. So, as per information coming from the Executive Director of the NDC, Joseph Tutumuseno, holding what right now is collapse after team, social rescue team, and the alternate EOC, and of course the medical group for the fourth quadrant. And then after that, I think it's up to you now, especially the incident commander, to determine other needs in the area. Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen, and let's do our mission, and good luck to everybody. God bless.
Thank you, sir.
Tinayong sa MMDA Motorcycle Riding Academy, Pasig City. napapanood po natin ngayon sa South Sector Emergency Operations Center ang pag-activate po ng Emergency Operations Center at ng Incident Management Team. Kasalukuyan po silang nagpupulong. Ito po yung ating napapanood sa kaliwang bahagi ng ating mga screen. Samantala po dito naman sa kanang bahagi ng inyong screen sa East Sector, napapanood natin ang mga empleyado po nitong MMDA GSIS Motor Riding Cycle Riding Academy na kasalukuyan po silang nandun sa evacuation center doon sa kanilang sa labas ng kanilang gusali. Cluster po na nagpo-coordinate ng mga resources na kung tawagin para po i-deploy dun sa request po base sa Rapid Damage and Needs Assessment nitong ating iba't ibang sektor. Kaya kung mapapanood nyo naman po sa kanang bahagi ng ating screen, ito po sa West Sector. Makikita nyo po itong mga miyembro ng Manila DRRM Council. Ito pong ating mga response clusters na sila ay nagpupulong-pulong para sa kanilang deployment. Dito po sa ating National DOC, ang napapanood niyo po ay ang video. Ang napapanood natin ngayon dito sa Pasig Red Training Facility Center po ay ang ating mga kinatawan ng BFP at saka Pasig City DRRMO Search and Rescue Team. Isinasagawa po nila ang pag-rescue dun sa mga biktima sa mga gumuhong gusali.